This device knows everything about your brain and it's insane. I'm Simon Borec, a med student and MMA fighter, and I've been wearing this headband on my head for 30 days. This is the Muse, and it might be the most underrated tool in combat sports right now, and in this video I will explain why. The problem in current MMA is obvious. Fighters are tracking religiously everything: weight, cardio, strength, recovery, almost every organ. But nobody tracks their brain. They usually go just by the feeling, and that's insanely irresponsible. Because your brain is the only organ that cannot regenerate. Once you damage it, it's done, it's over. Another issue is that you don't feel brain damage happening. It's silent, subconcussive hits build up over years, and by the time you notice something is wrong, the damage is already done. Medically speaking, you cannot make informed decisions about something you are not measuring, and that's the gap Muse can fill. So what's this headband? It's called Muse as Athena, it's the sponsor of this video, and it's a neurofeedback device. It measures your brain directly. Frankly, most wearables you may have, they're excellent for other things, but they guess what your brain is doing based on heart rate and movement. Muse headband measures your brain directly using 3 technologies nobody has combined in consumer device before. First technology is electroencephalography. 5 sensors sit on your forehead and behind your ears. They detect the electrical activity of your brain, your actual brain waves, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, all of it in real time. Second technology is functional near-infrared spectroscopy. It shines near-infrared light into your prefrontal cortex and measures blood oxygenation, how hard your brain is actually working, how much energy it's consuming. And here's what makes this insane. You can see your brain's blood flow right there on your screen in real time. Oxygenated blood increases when you focus, deoxygenated blood dropping as your brain efficiently uses that oxygen. So you are literally watching your brain as it works, which is cool. I studied this in lectures, and the fact that I can now collect this data on myself every day is genuinely strange to me as a medical student. So what does it track? Great thing, it doesn't stop at brain waves, because everything is connected to the brain, meaning your heart, your breathing, your body all responds to it. Muse measures your brain directly along with signals like heart rate, breathing and movement to give you a fuller picture. Now let me show you what this actually looks like in practice. I've been wearing this every night for the last 30 days, and here is what I see every morning. Last night I slept 6 hours and 49 minutes in total, 1 hour 37 minutes of deep sleep, 1 hour 48 minutes of REM, 3 hours 22 minutes of light sleep. I woke up 0 times during the night, and it took me approximately 7 minutes before I fall asleep. My sleep score was 77 out of 100. It's not ideal, but as I told you, I will not lie to you. This was my last night, so be it. But now here's where Muse gets different from any other tracker. It shows me my actual brain waves during that sleep. Right here you can see my delta waves during deep sleep, theta during light sleep, alpha as I was falling asleep. This is the same type of brain data scientists collect in sleep lab. Now it's available at my home. Also, fun fact, it tracks your sleep position. I sleep on my right side for 3 hours and 33 minutes of this night. It shows me exactly when I switched and how long I held each position. My heart rate during sleep averaged 58 BPM. Lowest was 46 BPM. My stillness score was 89%. And then deep sleep intensity. Not just how long I was in deep sleep, but how deep it actually was, based on slow wave delta activity in my brain. That detail matters. 2 nights of equal deep sleep duration can look completely different in quality, and Muse can show you the difference. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments, or you can just Enzo, that's the AI coach in the app. I ask, why was my sleep score 77% last night? What affected my deep sleep? How does this week compare to last week? It answers based on my data, my patterns, my trends, not generic sleep advice from YouTube. That's a completely different level of neurofeedback, and it gives you actionable steps, not just numbers, recommendations on what to actually change. Now, the most important thing, why this matters for fighters. Because during deep sleep, the glymphatic system clears metabolic waste from the brain. From a physiological standpoint, this is the primary window for a neurologic recovery. It literally flushes out toxic waste products, including proteins that some research has linked to neurodegeneration. If you are training MMA or any striking martial art and your deep sleep is poor, you are not recovering from the neurological stress of training. Full stop. Most fighters have no idea what their deep sleep looks like. They wear a watch that guesses, or they don't track at all. I know exactly what my brain does every single night. I know my trends. I can see what hard sparring does to my sleep quality versus a rest day. That's the difference between guessing and actually knowing. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. CT, the buzzword everyone hears in last few years in martial art community. The disease found in the brains of fighters, NFL players, boxers, and even in some wrestlers. The disease that only gets confirmed after death. Here's the brutal truth. You cannot detect CTE while you are alive. No MRI, no CT scan, no blood test. Nothing currently available can tell you, hey, we know it for sure, this is CT. By the time symptoms are obvious, those symptoms are memory loss, mood swings, cognitive decline. The damage has been accumulating for decades. The only strategy that makes any sense is early monitoring. Here is what the data actually shows and what it cannot tell you. EEG research suggests subconcussive impacts may cause measurable changes in brainwave patterns over time. Muse can track those trends. What it cannot do is diagnose anything. No consumer device can. But trending data over months is still more information than you had yesterday. Muse is backed by over 200 published research studies, and it tracks your brain daily, week over week, month over month. So, is Muse a CT detection device? No, I want to be clear about that. It is not. But it may be the closest thing a fighter has right now to a neurological early warning system. Your cognitive performance score is trending down over 3 months of hard sparring. That is your brain telling you something. And here is the thing why Muse makes brain training and tracking addictive for me personally. You are collecting points, you earn birds during focus sessions, you have streaks, challenges, weekly trends. It's the gamification of healthy lifestyle. Every morning I check my brain data the same way I check my training log. It takes 2 minutes, and over time you build a picture of your brain's baseline and you notice when something shifts. If you watch me for a longer time, you know consistency is everything with brain health. And the gamification keeps you showing up. So let's wrap it up in a few seconds. You will not wear Muse during MMA training. But if you train MMA or any combat sports, you should seriously consider it. You are putting your brain under stress every time you train, every hard sparring, every match. And unluckily, it accumulates. The least you can do is track your recovery. Know your sleep quality, know your cognitive trends, know if your brain is heading in the right direction or the wrong one. Because if you don't measure it, frankly, without data, you are just hoping for the best. Research suggests consistent neurofeedback training may help build cognitive resilience over time. For $475, that's a reasonable investment in formation. Cheaper than one MRI. I arranged a discount specifically for you, so you can use code SimonBorets for 15% off at choosemuse.com/SimonBorets. The link is in bio.